Hello, Wayland Middle School. Mr. Farley here again for the second part of Lesson 2. Still trying to determine whether or not a relation is a function, and this time we're going to look at it through some graphs. And so let's get going on this. I'm going to first look at this graph on the left-hand side here. Let's determine if this graph is a function. And you've heard us say all along here that each input, remember the inputs are your x's, outputs are your y's. Okay, so the question you're asking is does each input have only one output? And let's see. Here we go. As I plug in one right here is x. I plug in 1. I look to see what comes out of this function, and it looks like 5 would come out. And this point right here corresponds with 5. So I have the point 1 comma 5 right there. Okay. Next one, let's try this one. Input of 3, and what comes out? 5. 5 comes out. 3 comma 5. That's the next point. This one, 4 goes in, 2 comes out. I have 4 comma 2. And last but not least, 6 goes in and negative 2 comes out. It's down here at negative 2. So that point is 6, negative 2. So these are the coordinates, the ordered pairs that match with these points on the graph. Just like we did before, take a look. Look at the x coordinates. I have a 1, 3, 4, and 6. Do any of those repeat? And I'm hoping you're right now saying, no, none of those repeat. So because of that, this is a function. All right, so that's something you can pull from the graph. Now, this is a scatter plot here on the left-hand side, or just some data points that have been entered. The graph on the right is a curve. We can see this. It is a curve. So what you can do is you can use something called the vertical line test. All right, so you want to write this down, vertical line test. Super important. This is one that you will use over and over again. It's a super fast way to determine whether or not a graph is going to be a function, especially when the graph is connected. All right, if it's curved, or if it's a line, or if it's a zigzag, or whatever it might be, if it's connected, you could use this vertical line test. So what I'm doing is I'm going to create a vertical line just myself, drawing it through this graph. If the vertical line touches the graph at more than one point, then this is not a function. All right. If it intersects the graph only one time, it would be a function. But if it intersects more than once, it is not. So someone might be saying, okay, well, Mr. Farley, you put the graph here. What if I decided to put the vertical line right here? Well, check it out. Doesn't this vertical line touch the graph here and here? It touches it at more than one point. Therefore, it is not a function. Someone else might say, no, I don't want to put the vertical line there. I want to put it right here. Well, if you put it right there, intersects here, and again here, it intersects at more than one point. Therefore, it is not a function. So this comes to the end of lesson 2. You hopefully now know how to determine whether or not a relation is a function by mapping, which was that first video, and the second video from a graph using our very good friend, the vertical line test. If you have any questions, let Mr. Robinette, Mr. Coaten, or myself know, and we'll be sure to help you through it. Have a great rest of your day.